Today I wanted to show how to use tell me when timers to show information that is not easily trackable with buffs and debuffs. We'll be using the monk's spell Ring of Peace to show this example. In the case of Ring of Peace creates a ground effect that does not leave a buff or a debuff on the character, but it's actually quite valuable to know when it's about to run out. And for this, we'll be using timers. We'll be creating a buff tracking group, as we've seen in previous guides, by creating 3 icons. The first is going to be the ready state. The second is going to be the cooldown state. And the last, we'll get to it in a bit what it means, but it's going to be a condition icon with the texture of Ring of Peace. Now for the timer itself, we're going to use notifications, timer, on hide. We're going to call the timer Ring of Peace. And then we're going to add another notification, on condition set passing, Ring of Peace, stop. And the condition will be when the timer goes over 5 seconds, because that's the duration of Ring of Peace. Here, we'll just make sure to show the duration, like we've done in previous guides. And now when we go to the condition icon, the condition is going to be miscellaneous timer, Ring of Peace, when it's larger than 0. And on the icon text, we're going to do center timer. We're going to do timer, format duration green. For the timer itself, we're going to put the name of our timer. And then, because we want to, the timer is going to go from 0 to 5, but we want the countdown to be from 5 to 0, we're going to do 5 minus the timer. Now we'll make the group have 0 opacity. We'll create a new meta icon. And it's going to track these 3 states. Now let's see it in action. And there you have it. Obviously, this is something that could be very useful, but it's actually not the simplest way to do it. I wanted to show how to use timers. There are cases where that's the only way to set up this kind of behavior, but specifically for spells like Ring of Peace, there's a much simpler way, which I'm going to show now. And that's because Tell Me When has a lot of built-in functionality. So we're going to reset this icon. We're going to create, again, a condition icon with a texture of Ring of Peace. But instead of using the timer set by this icon, we're just going to do spell cooldown of Ring of Peace is larger than 0. And then we're going to do, you can see that conditions already have timer functionality built into it. And then instead of using the custom timer we created, Tell Me When will create its own counter. And then all we need to do is this. Now let's see this in action.